killing sleeping people in a very deep midnight. Armenians did it. One can't imagine that in a very deep midnight, in a very peaceful time, in a very far distance from the scene of war, it's possible to be killed by bombs while sleeping at home. One can't imagine that someone from distance of dozens of kilometers can think to throw rockets on your home and kill you just for no reason. And one can't imagine that in a very deep midnight, sleepy time, any nation could think about launching rocket attacks on civilians who has no relation to a war far from their home. But Armenian occupants, the very aggressor country which is keeping under occupation about 20% of Azerbaijani territories, did it. They launched long-distance rocket attack from the territory of Armenia to Azerbaijani city Ganja on the deep midnight from 10th to 11th of October 2020. The second largest city of Azerbaijan, Ganja, is very far from the scene of war actions. But unfortunately, Armenia targets this city, killing civilians who has nothing to do with war. On the night to the 11th of October, Ganja residents were sleeping peacefully in their homes, and none of them could imagine that Armenian rockets will hit their homes and kill them. But this happened. On this very deep midnight, Armenian armed forces from the territory of Armenia threw a missile to the city. The missile, with huge demolition power, hit residences and left behind wrecks under which appeared to be sleeping people. That happened around 2 a.m. at midnight. The result was terrible. Several houses were destroyed totally. Dozens of people, including children, women, and elderly, appeared to be under wrecks. Rescue services started to help immediately, and the first people rescued started to appear. Unfortunately, 9 of them were killed down. Some 34 were seriously injured. Houses were demolished in total. Armenia's terror-style war against civilians left behind these figures and the pictures which will serve as an evidence for future generations. These pictures will tell the people in future that Armenians, who claim to be the most ancient and the most civilized nation, did not obey even the war laws. They killed innocent civilians in the very deep midnight. What do suggest Azerbaijan to Armenia to solve the conflict? As stated the President of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, we would like to end up conflict between two nations by peaceful means. But as it's obvious, Armenian authorities do not want to save the situation through this way. They want even to occupy new territories. Azerbaijan states that it's ready to provide high-scale cultural autonomy to its citizens of Armenian origin. The territory where Armenian minority live is landlocked, and of course Azerbaijan will not tolerate separatism on its soil. Even Azerbaijan is a multicultural nation, having other national minorities and ethnic groups, none of which are complaining for being suppressed. Every citizen of Azerbaijan is equal before the constitution and laws, and none is discriminated due to being a part of any ethnic minority group member. That's the same for Armenians as well. But unfortunately, this very small minority of Armenians, who is just around 100,000 people within 10 million population, wish to be self-determined. While this nation has self-determined Armenian mono-ethnic state with more than 98% of population of Armenian origin. We talked about Armenian rocket attack on Ganja. We just want to tell the world not to be blind to this kind of behavior of Armenians. We want peace and justice. We want to live in a safe world and prosper. But Armenia is a main obstacle to this, and that's why any human being must deal with this terrorist state. That was me, Azer Hasret, with you.